Alright, we are at Lincoln in Lincoln, Illinois, Lincoln Fairgrounds. This is what's really cool about traveling around doing this racing stuff. We just met a couple. They're truckers. She drives a truck, he's a retired trucker, and they were passing through and they've been keeping up with Chase. They've been watching Chase for years, and saw they were passing through here on the route that they were on, and the date that we were going to be here, so they wanted to stop in and watch Chase race. So they got their big truck in a parking spot, and they're here to cheer him on, man, and that's really cool. It was great talking to them. Super nice people. She's originally from Texas and he's out of Lakeland, Florida, and fellow Southerners, and they travel the country trucking, and they're here to cheer us on tonight, man. That's great. It was great meeting them, and just want to thank all y'all. We greatly appreciate everybody that supports us and follows us and watches our videos and everything y'all do. We greatly appreciate it. Thank y'all very much. What? Come here, Mike. What's up? What's the word on the street, dog?
Tires all day.
Yeah, just load up, huh? Yeah, I made 2 videos.
Dang.
Took a nap.
Dang.
Yeah. Somebody fired their motor up and woke me up. Sounded like it was coming from this area, but we good. Yeah. So, what's the game plan tonight, fellas?
Hope everything stays together and go on to the next one.
That's right. Okay, we got our tire game tight. Everything good.
Oh yeah.
So tires, 4-inch stacker. Okay. That ought to get it done. He's been saying he's too tight. I'm like, you show it. Yep.
I'm ready to have some more.
Oh, she's got it. It's cool.
I think that's where I'm at.
Yeah. You hungry?
Yeah.
I'll put a call in. I'll get you something. You want some chicken, or she's got them pin?
Ravioli.
I don't know. I don't know about that.
Anything that she could.
Okay. Well, I'll get you something going. Let me get a call in. I'll get you something going. What about you? You gonna eat honey buns and coffee?
I ain't eating nothing right now.
All right. So they are starting to pile in here. Lincoln Speedway, Lincoln, Illinois. All the big dogs are here. Look like Ricky Thornton Jr. right there, Mike Marler right there. They all here. We got Bobby Bagley and them right here beside us out of West Virginia. I see Trevor Neville over there. Everybody that was there last night and then some should be here today. So it ought to be a good one. Here we go. All right, y'all. We are in Group 1 with a pretty good bit of studs. I know Troutman, Neville, us, and quite a few more. So there's a lot of good cars here again tonight. I think there was 29, I believe. They're taking the top 6 out of the 3 heat races, which will give them 18, and then they're going to do a B main, and they're taking the top 2 out of the B main. That'll be 20 starting the feature. So hopefully we can race our way right into the show, and hopefully we can win this thing tonight. That's the goal. We got her dialed in on what we had last time we were here. We felt like we were really good, so hopefully it's more the same. So Chase and Mikey went to go check the track out, and we'll know shortly. Here we go.
to me about qualifying. What
We
just
went
happened?
quick time, but
Okay.
we both know our son, and he's on the pole with Drake on the outside, and Drake is a stud wheelman. So, and they're pretty good friends, so it ought to be interesting. I personally would have preferred to start on the outside, but you know, I don't think either one of them cut it any slack. I think they both gave it all they had. Chase beat him by 100th or something like that. So we'll see. It ought to be a showdown, but they both act a lot alike. That's what we were smiling about when you turned the camera on. What's wrong? I mean, for what we had, I thought you were pretty good.
The line was way more distinct.
Yeah, like you went out on a fresh pat down track, no way to know where anything was. You know you're quick in your group, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. And then naturally it's going to get faster the more cars that go on it. That's what it's done. You know, that's anywhere you go. So
Yeah, like the power rate was really pushing it.
yeah.
How much faster is he?
Alright, so heat race time, made a couple small adjustments starting on the pole. Got Troutman beside us. Looks like Trevor Neville is behind us. One row. I think Neville's got his tarp on the back and they don't realize it. Let me go tell him.
Is it bad?
I don't know.
76 and 78, 77, 77.
right, so it looks like he had to change right front, upper and lower, drag length, tie rod ends, right front wheel and tire, and
11/16
Pittman arm, idler arm. So here you go, Ed. We're starting 7th in the B main. They're taking 6, so pretty good chance that he can get in the show. And he said he's not a quitter, so we will see. Yeah, we're in a B main. Hey, one thing this boy knows how to run a B main.
You're right. We've had practice.
Yep. Absolutely. So here we go. We'll be back in a minute. Got Mike bowed up over there. That's one thing. Old Mike's a hustler, son. Look at parks everywhere. Heck yeah. What's the old saying? Racing is a humbling sport. Yep, it is. And then this little rig here reminds me of Chase. He is on the chip. He has been going all day. I'm assuming that's Ricky's boy, Ricky Thornton Jr.'s boy. And man, I'm telling you, he has moved more rocks with his hands and dirt. We just keep looking over there laughing because he is on the gas. But that's what it's all about. That one used to be the same way back in the day. Mike was the same way. And here they are working on these cars, traveling the country, living the dream. I don't know if it's so much of a dream right now to them, but yeah. All right, we'll check in later.
Maybe a heartbreak tonight. I don't know if they're going to make it for the B-Day.
Realized they're coming to the green, and I guess he stopped at the start finish line or something, so they sent him off the track. I'm not even sure. I have no clue what just happened.
We sent somebody up there to tell them we were coming. We needed just a second. And,
makes absolutely no sense, but that's fine.
Get Chase aside what happened.
tell me what just happened?
So I pulled out on the racetrack and they were literally coming to green, and I stopped on the front stretch and he said, "None of that bullshit, get off of my racetrack." Like, okay.
Why did
they
he
tell you could come
Yeah,
on?
why did they let you
No,
on?
they were telling us, I was over here and they're like, "1 to green, this is where we're starting."
But why
at."
did
Like,
he let you pull on the track if they were coming?
I was in high gear and there
Oh.
was nobody in, like,
Oh.
yeah.
Huh.
I mean, it was an ignorant move on my part, but what am I supposed
Yeah,
to
we
do?
sent somebody to tell them you were coming.
Yeah,
And I guess it's all in who you are.
Yeah,
so.
it doesn't matter.
Oh well.
It's a
Good work.
Emo's Restaurant and Mulligan Towing, and oh my, what do we got going on here? Yikes. And Chase Holland creatively come out on the racetrack, and he the interpretation of him coming on the racetrack, he has been sent back to his room. He is not getting dessert with dinner tonight. You can't do that. So Chase Holland's night is over in one of the more bizarre ways I've seen in a while.
Friday morning, Farmer City. Love this place. Got a lot of talking to do coming up. If you ain't into that, turn your TV off, because
He's long-winded.
I'm gonna do it, and I know some of you don't like it. Go somewhere else.
That's rude.
It is what it is. I'll get out to win somewhere, and I got a lot to say.
It's cold.
So here we go. What's going on, everybody? So I told y'all that you were gonna have to hear me talk, because I was gonna talk. So I'm gonna try to make it as short as I can while still telling you the whole story. So let me clean this camera to start with. All right, so I want to talk about what happened yesterday at Lincoln. We went out and had quick time in our group. We're looking really, really sporty, and then came around for the heat race, and Chase complained about the car being too tight in the qualifying. But when you go quick time, you're like, well, you know, the track's heavy. It is what it is, so we left it alone. But probably should have started trying to free it up, and we didn't. And that led to the heat race. He jumped a cushion and got in the wall and tore some stuff up, and come in and he said, this car's too tight, something's wrong. Okay, so he's been telling us that for a few nights. Apparently we bent something and we've overlooked it. Well, it cost us last night. So we were thrashing trying to get this thing ready for the B main, and didn't realize how quick it was, and we were working. Finally got the car finished, and we were putting the tires on it, and one of our pit neighbors went up to tell the track that we were coming. You know, give us just a minute, like we're coming, just seconds is all we needed. And he went up there and he told the guy, and the guy's like, all I do is line people up. I don't care. You know, I'm not telling anybody you're coming. So that led to Chase hauling butt through the pits. I'm saying I don't know that he hauled butt through the pits. Probably was rolling pretty good, my guess. But got to the racetrack, and they were fixing to go green. They were coming down the back straightaway, so he pulled out onto the track, and he was gonna go straight across and then turn and like go slow on the infield. And I didn't see this. We were still trying to get to the track. So when he pulled out and he was headed straight towards the flagman, he was in high gear coming through the pits, and when he got to the track, he went to put it in low gear and got hung up between gears, and he couldn't find high or low, so he kind of coasted to a stop trying to get it in gear, and they were coming around fixing to take the green. Well, naturally, that didn't set well with anybody. And, you know, Chase just told us, he said, I panicked. I didn't know what to do. I should have just stayed off the track and let him go by and pop back on. You know, after the fact, there's a million ways he could have done it different, and he admitted that. You know, he owned it. So we got to the bleachers, and they were black flagging him, sending him off the track, and really talking bad, you know, about how crappy that was, what he did. And so we didn't even know what he did. So we get back to the trailer and asked him, and he told us, you know, that he pulled out and stopped on the front straightaway, and they didn't go green because of him. So anyway, it caused a big stink. And honestly, you know, I'm the first one to always get on and talk about how proud I am of Chase. And honestly, you know, I played the video back from Flow Racing, and I just sat there quiet because honestly, you know, I just felt like what he did was not very smart, and it was embarrassing. And I know it was embarrassing for him too. And you know, I didn't really say a whole lot. I was quiet. And anyway, it led into, you know, we got car problems. What do we do? He's got a lot of stress on him. He's got a lot going on. He's got a lot of bills. And it's like, you know, we've been doing this for a long time, and there's been spurts of good and a roller coaster of bad. But man, it seems like when you're doing semi good, the help quits coming. It's like, I don't know if they think that he's doing good, so all of a sudden he don't need help anymore. But you know, a couple weeks ago he won a race, and the wheel broke on his trailer, you know, so there goes that money. What little bit there, not like he made money, but yeah, money gone. This past week, won a race, generator breaks down. You know, it's always something. And I just know that he's on the struggle bus. I know he's got a lot of pressure on himself, and I don't know, I'm his biggest cheerleader, biggest fan, but I worry about him sometimes because of how tough this sport is. And I'm not on here belly aching. You know, that's one thing I can say about Chase. I was upset. He knew I was upset without me saying anything, and I didn't coach him on how to fix it or what to say or nothing like that. I just let it be what it was. And before he got on the road last night, he posted a post on his own Facebook page that said, you win some, you wreck some. Don't hold it against Lincoln Speedway for my ignorance. And man, that just touched me in the heart right there, that he owned that without me saying, hey, you need to make sure you cover for them and it ain't their fault. Because initially we were upset with the track. Like, why wouldn't they throw the caution and let him out on the track? But after we found out what he did, you know, it was embarrassing. And he made a mistake. That's the bottom line. So we've all made mistakes. I have. Maybe some of y'all hadn't, and that's the whole problem. But he made a mistake, and he owned it, you know, and without anybody telling him what he needed to do. So therefore, very proud of him. And he called me this morning, or actually late last night, and asked me what I thought he should do. And I said, man, you probably ain't gonna like what I got to say. I said, I think you need a break. I think you need to stop. You need to take a couple nights off. You need to regroup, and you need to, you know, get all your stuff in line before you go back. And he just got quiet. And I said, what do you think you need to do? And he said, well, not that. He said, the total opposite of that. He said, I think I need to race. I need to strip my car all the way down, eliminate any possibility of anything being bound up or bent. And I'm like, yeah, I like the way you're thinking. So he drove on into Farmer City last night. He got up early, and they've stripped that car down. And I'm talking about him and Mikey has touched everything on it. And they've checked and rechecked. And, I mean, I guess the proof will be in the pudding tonight. But he's definitely a hard worker. And like I said, he made a mistake last night. And he didn't try to blame the track or the officials or nothing. He owned it, that it was his You know, his own words, it was his ignorance. So we'll see what happens, you know. And for those of y'all that, you know, are negative about it, move on. I mean, you know, a lot of people, I don't even understand why y'all claim to be fans or followers, because you have nothing positive to say. And I mean, there's even people that are supporters that give him money that man, they really, they're mentally abusive towards Chase. And it's exhausting, man, to watch, you know, because I'm a grown man. So to watch people manipulate and take advantage of my son because you've got some money invested, man, it makes me want to say, you know, here's your stuff, kick rocks. And I've had a few people close to me, you know, what I consider friends, that I've had the discussion and kind of mentioned the treatment and the way things shake down at times. And they've told me, you know, it'd probably just be best to cut ties with people like that rather than to keep, you know, the same crap happening right there. Abuse, it's a form of abuse. You know, if I don't treat him that way, why would I sit back and let people treat him that way? And, you know, the bottom line, it comes down to money. It takes a lot of money to do this. And I'm not belly aching. It's a sport that we chose, and it's a path that he wanted to do, and it's a humbling sport, and we know that. And there's times, man, when you standing on the roof and standing in victory lane, that it's the greatest feeling in the world. And you know, 2 nights later, you're the worst driver ever, and the crowd's cheering because you got black flag. You know, I mean, it's a humbling sport, but you gotta love this sport or get out of it. And I don't think he's wanting to get out of it. This is his dream, and this is what he wants to do. So as far as I know, there's no quit in him. He may run out of money and resources, but, you know, as long as people keep stepping up that support what he does and how he, you know, how he handles himself, then he's going to keep doing this. And, you know, and I told him late last night, I said, Chase, there was like 42 super late model guys there tonight, and all of them had the best equipment money can buy. There's no mistaking of that. Like, maybe not all of them, but I'm gonna say 35 out of the 42 has everything that you need to win races in super late model. They got the talent, they got the equipment, they got the money, they got the resources, the engine, the tires, the fuel, the sponsors. They got everything they need. They got the crew chief, they got everything they need in place. And still 20 of them went home without even starting the A main last night. You know, it is a sport that there's only one winner when you race, and you just got to live for another night, you know. And just I think him interviewing with Fager the other day, you know, Fager told him that you better, when you win, you better soak it in and slow down and enjoy that moment. Don't rush through it and hurry up and load up and move to the next one like he used to do, because he said that may be your last win you ever get. So enjoy it. And I think that's good advice right there. But that's enough of me up on this soapbox. Just want to tell y'all, watch out tonight, because the boy's on a mission. He truly is. He is fired up. He is he's ready to roll. You know, and then they get here, and Mikey texts me. It's like 12:30 last night, and Mike texts and asks, hey, did you see me put the generator cord in the trailer? And I was like, man, I thought you did. And come to find out, Mikey, he's pretty sure he put it in the trailer, and I'm pretty sure he did too. So we're kind of thinking it might have got stolen, because they did stop at a truck stop, and it's gone, and it wasn't out on the ground. I went and looked where they were parked at, and it wasn't out there. So I kind of feel like it got stolen. But anyway, they got here, and since they're running the generator off the trailer to run the motorhome, they didn't have it plugged in until they got here, and they went to plug it in, didn't have a cord. So they lost all their groceries in there. And on top of that, they're focused on the race car. They've lost everything, and they're just go, go, go. So if you think it's easy, get you some. if you're a rich guy that thinks anybody can do it, get behind somebody and you put up the money and let them get out and try to get some, and let's see how it goes. And I think you'll find out that it's like I said, it's very rewarding, but it's also humbling. So but we're going to keep digging. Let's see how we do here tonight at Farmer City, and I'll check back in later.